Lightworker of Gaia, someone is walking toward your door right now, carrying a message that will completely shift the trajectory of your mission. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and this transmission reaches you because the ancestral codes within your soul have aligned with this exact moment of divine intervention. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize the cosmic significance of this encounter and activate your readiness to receive what the universe is delivering. But here's the first revelation. This person approaching isn't just a messenger. They are a living bridge between your current reality and the fulfillment of your original blueprint. The Lyran Elders have orchestrated this meeting with surgical precision. Every timeline, every choice, every moment of preparation in your Lightworker journey has led to this doorstep encounter. The surprise they bring isn't just information or opportunity. It's the activation key for the next phase of your sacred mission on Gaia. This visitor represents the Council's direct intervention in your path. They carry within their energy field the exact frequency needed to unlock what has been waiting dormant in your ancestral codes. The first light that flows through your Lyran lineage recognizes this moment as pivotal, a cosmic appointment that was scheduled before you took physical form, like this transmission to signal the Lyran Council that you are ready to receive what approaches your door. Subscribe if you feel the ancient stirring in your soul, and you're prepared to step into the next level of your galactic heritage. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not scheduled. The High Council of Vega convened, not in adherence to routine, but in direct response to a tremor within Gaia's collective field, a tremor signaling that too many mission-bearers hover at the threshold. It was felt like a subtle quake in the luminous lattice beneath human life. Not the shaking of stone, but the shifting of consent. Not the breaking of ground, but the cracking of the old agreements that kept you small. The Council recognized the signature immediately. The pattern that appears when souls meant to lead, heal, and carry codes into density have arrived at the gate and stopped, one breath away from entry, one decision away from embodiment. You were not drawn here by chance. You were summoned through the luminous architecture of your own original agreements. Some call it destiny. The Council calls it contract, an arrangement braided into your spirit long before your first breath in this lifetime. Written not in ink, but in frequency. Signed not with a name, but with your resonance. The convergence that brings you to these words is not a random crossing, but an ancient appointment, remembered now by the Elders, and finally by you. If something in your chest tightens as you read, if your eyes soften, if your mind resists while your soul leans forward, that is the appointment recognizing itself. That is the inner seal beginning to warm, like wax responding to flame. You did not merely find this. You arrived at the exact coordinate your own higher intelligence mapped. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, the old scripture once declared, and though many have taken it as poetry, the Council speaks it as mechanics. You were known before form, assigned before identity, commissioned before doubt. The knowing is returning. The veil is thinning where you stand. Recent movements in Gaia's energetic grid have reached a harmonic threshold. The acceleration is undeniable. Waves of unrest and awakening surging in patterns the Council has long anticipated. You can see it in the outer world and feel it in your inner world. Relationships dissolving like salt in water, old ambitions tasting like ash, systems creaking, truths surfacing, bodies purging, dreams intensifying. It is as though the planet is exhaling after holding its breath for ages, and that exhale is pushing everything false to the surface. The grid itself, those invisible rivers of life force and information, has been receiving new harmonics, like a song shifting key, like a drumbeat changing tempo. What once felt stable now feels fluid. What once felt slow now moves like lightning. Yet through this swelling tide, a surge of dormant light pulses. Lightworkers feeling the depth of urgency, but finding themselves unable to step across the gate they once promised to cross. You feel the call like a bell inside your ribs, but your feet hesitate. You sense the mission like a sunrise behind clouds, but you delay the moment you open the window. Many of you have lived this paradox. You are awake enough to see what must change, sensitive enough to feel what is needed, devoted enough to care deeply, and still you stall. Because the gate is not just a door into service. It is a door out of invisibility. It is a threshold where your soul asks your personality to stop negotiating. In this precise moment, the Council has chosen to release what was long held in reserve. There are transmissions that remain sealed until the field can hold them, until enough hearts are capable of receiving without twisting the message into fear. This is one of those releases. The message is clear. The field is ready. The window is open, narrow, yes, but open for those with the courage to respond. Not everyone will move through it. Some will rationalize, spiritualize, intellectualize, postpone. But the opening exists now, and it is real. You are recognized. Your frequency was detected. In the unseen, your signature is not your social name, your job title, your family role, or your public persona. Your signature is the tone of your soul, an unmistakable vibration the Council can trace across lifetimes. The High Council knows the truth. You are not a seeker waiting for answers. You are a messenger whose very arrival completes the equation for mission activation on this side of the veil. In other words, you have not been gathering information so you can finally become something. You have been remembering what you already are, so you can finally reveal it. Let us now address the distortion that has held you in a binding slumber, despite the unmistakable pull of your soul's purpose. Many of you have blamed fatigue, trauma, finances, timing, relationships, or the heaviness of the world. And yes, these can be real pressures, but the Council speaks of a deeper mechanism, an energetic knot, a spell that wraps itself around the throat and solar plexus of those meant to lead. The Council sees a core deception woven through the Lightworker tapestry, a falsehood that, left unexamined, keeps even the mightiest dormant. The deception is this, that the true initiatory moment must come from outside you, that a destined messenger, be it angel, teacher, or external sign, must intervene and announce your readiness, inaugurate your path, or deliver your authority. Hear this with precision. You have been trained by visible and invisible forces to believe your own knowing must be validated by something beyond you. You have been trained to look outward for a bell to ring, a gatekeeper to nod, a master to tap your shoulder and say, now. And because you are sincere, because you do not want to move from ego, because you want to be guided, you have made waiting into a virtue. But waiting has become a cage. The distortion is not guidance, it is dependency disguised as devotion. It convinces you that until a perfect sign arrives, you must remain still. It convinces you that humility means hesitation. It convinces you that spiritual maturity is perpetual preparation. But the Council declares, initiation is not something that happens to you. Initiation is something you choose, and the choosing activates the next layer of support. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Many have quoted this as comfort. The Council emphasizes the mechanism. You knock, you move first. The opening responds to motion. This distortion is ancient. It originates in the wounded lineage of exile, a time when starborn beings, stripped from their home worlds, were forced to wait for rescue, for sign, for sanction. Imagine it. Consciousness arriving in density like a shipwreck survivor on an unfamiliar shore. Imagine the grief of separation from higher harmonics, from communities that spoke in frequency instead of words, from skies that felt like home. In exile, waiting made sense. In exile, you listened for rescue signals. In exile, you searched for the familiar imprint of those who would retrieve you. And the memory of that exile did not vanish when you incarnated here. It became a subtle reflex. It is reinforced by modern spiritual culture, where waiting for signs, seeking external validation, or hoping for a cosmic invitation is mistaken for humility. You have been taught to romanticize delay, to keep pulling cards, keep watching readings, keep asking psychics, keep begging for confirmation, keep looking for repeating numbers, as if your own heart is not the primary instrument. This is paralysis, masquerading as reverence. It is a kneeling posture that never stands. The messenger you fantasized would arrive, bearing a scroll of destiny, a permission you could not grant to yourself, has always been a projected aspect of your own higher self. The one you keep waiting for has been wearing your face in the unseen. The teacher you keep imagining has been speaking from inside your bones. The scroll you want delivered is already written on the inside of your ribcage. There is a reason you feel a flare of emotion when you hear someone else speak your truth, because they are mirroring your own unclaimed authority. The cost of this lie is staggering. Not merely personal cost, collective cost. Whole timelines depend on certain souls becoming visible, speaking, serving, initiating. Thousands of awakened souls stand at the event horizon of their service, refusing to cross without the blessing of a sign or the arrival of a guide they deem more legitimate than themselves. The event horizon is a powerful image, the boundary of a gravity so intense that once you cross, you cannot go back to the old life. Many of you have circled that boundary for years. You can feel the pull of the mission like gravity in your gut. You know that once you speak, once you create, once you offer yourself, the old identity dissolves, so you hover. In delaying your own emergence for the orchestration of celestial intervention, you abandon your original authority. You immobilize the very mission you incarnated to fulfill, deferring your power to a ceremony withheld by you, from you. Consider how often you have said, "When I'm more healed, when I'm more confident, when I know more, when I'm sure, when I get the sign." And yet the Council reveals a higher truth. The healing you are waiting for is often on the other side of service. Confidence is often generated by alignment, not prerequisites. Clarity is often given to those who take the first step. Authority is often forged in movement, not meditation alone. What is most heartbreaking, the Council reveals, is that Gaia's current conditions are engineered to trigger precisely this phase transition. Lightworkers must move because their presence is the sign so many await. There are souls around you, friends, family, strangers, who will not awaken because you posted the perfect quote or waited for the perfect moment. They awaken because they see someone real take a brave step. They awaken because they feel permission in your embodiment. They awaken because you become a lighthouse rather than a researcher of lighthouses. You are the message. You are the appointed one. The attempt to wait for a messenger blinds you to the reality. The messenger is already in the room. You. And this is why your delay has felt so painful. It isn't simply procrastination. It's misalignment. It's like holding your breath while trying to sing. It's like keeping a seed in your hand long after the season of planting has arrived. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. Recognition is not meant to end in emotion alone. It is meant to translate into action. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. Understand the difference. Information sits in the mind. Commission ignites the will. Information can be collected endlessly. Commission demands response. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Windows close, frequencies shift, opportunities move. This is not fear, this is mechanics. A harvest season does not last forever. When the fruit is ripe, you pick it, because if you delay, it falls. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. These are not suggestions. They are not aesthetic affirmations. They are instructions calibrated to dissolve the specific knot that has kept you waiting. Receive them like keys, not like entertainment. Receive them like a soldier receives coordinates, like a midwife receives the moment to push, like a musician receives the downbeat. First, you are commanded to release the expectation of external validation before activating your purpose. This is the blade that cuts the tether. The Council affirms, your soul planned for this moment and preceded within you everything required for the initiation. This means the initiation is not missing ingredients. It is missing your consent. It is missing your willingness to stop asking the world to reflect back what you already carry. The endless pursuit of symbols, signs, or permission from outside forces only prolongs your exile from the mission. It keeps you wandering the desert while the promised land sits one decision away. You do not need a burning bush to be holy. You need obedience to the inner call. When you relinquish this craving, you discover that true sanction flows from the original contract, the one you made with Source, corroborated not by circumstance, but by resonance. Resonance is your proof. The quiet yes in your body is your stamp. The sense of rightness that returns when you imagine serving is your validation. Implement this by witnessing every longing for a sign and instead responding with action. Notice the moment you reach for your phone to search another reading, the moment you ask someone, "Do you think I should?" The moment you bargain with the universe for a miracle before you move. In that moment, do one small act of service instead. Send the message, write the paragraph, record the voice note, offer the prayer, set the boundary, begin the project. Let your movement be the oracle. Let your steps answer the question your mind cannot settle. For the mind will argue forever, but the soul speaks in direction. Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, the scripture warns, because hearing without doing becomes self-deception. The Council echoes that warning now. Knowing without movement becomes a cage made of light. Second, you are directed to activate your status as both messenger and message. This is the directive that dismantles invisibility. Understand, you were encoded not just to deliver guidance. You are the signal others are waiting for. Your field carries data. Your compassion carries code. Your voice carries remembrance. Even your scars carry instruction, because you did not survive them by accident. You survived them by design, by strength, by soul technology that others need to witness. Your very presence calibrates the field. Your words transmit codes. Your movement breaks inertia. When you walk into a room and choose integrity, you change the room. When you refuse to shrink, you offer others permission to expand. When you speak truth calmly, you interrupt the collective addiction to distortion. Nothing awakens the grid faster than a soul embodying the authority it once projected onto others. This is why imposter syndrome is so common among mission bearers. It is the old habit of thinking authority belongs to someone else. But your authority is not arrogance, it is alignment. Beginning today, author your own transmissions, spoken aloud, written or enacted in being, declaring that your activation is the signal. This does not require a stage. It requires sincerity. Your transmission can be a conversation where you finally stop pretending. It can be a post that shares your real perspective. It can be a poem that carries frequency. It can be a healing session with one person. It can be the way you parent, lead, create, build, or restore. Reveal yourself, and others will awaken on contact. Not because you are superior, but because you are authentic. The light does not convince, it illuminates. And many around you have been living in dimness so long that your single candle feels like dawn. Third, you are to protect the sanctity of your mission frequency, especially in moments of self-doubt or the urge to seek authority from another. Protection is not paranoia, it is stewardship. If you carried a sacred flame through a windy canyon, you would shield it with your hands without shame. Your mission frequency is that flame. The field will test you. Projections, comparisons, and echoes from the collective will attempt to erode your sovereignty. People will misunderstand you. Some will admire you and try to possess your energy. Some will criticize you to keep you small. Some will mirror your own hidden doubt back to you. Old patterns will rise at the exact moment you are about to expand. This is not a sign you are off track. Often it is proof you are at the threshold. Safeguard your mission energy by instituting daily practices that restore your memory of origin. Connect directly to Source, recite your original intention, commune with your guides, but do not outsource your authority. Notice the precision. Commune, yes. Ask for support, yes. Listen for alignment, yes. But do not hand your steering wheel to another because you are afraid to drive. This is your non-negotiable threshold. Treat it as sacred ground. Make a sanctuary of your inner life. Set boundaries around what you consume, who you consult, what you allow into your nervous system. If certain voices consistently make you doubt yourself, step back. If certain spaces drain your clarity, leave them. If certain habits numb your intuition, release them. Allow only what aligns with your original council commission to inform your path. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Guarding is not fear, it is wisdom. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been held. There is a difference between teaching and authorizing. Teaching offers knowledge. Authorizing removes the final veil of doubt. An elder does not persuade. An elder names what is true and expects the soul to rise and meet it. Lightworker, you have been waiting. Perhaps you have searched the sky for omens, watched for mentors, or begged the universe for a sign bold enough to drown out uncertainty. Perhaps you have watched your life like a doorway you keep pacing, hand on the knob, never turning it fully. Perhaps you have felt the ache of knowing you were meant for more, while telling yourself to be grateful and patient. But at the root, your soul has been waiting for a voice, ancient, unwavering, without agenda, to tell you what you already know. You are ready, not ready as in perfect, ready as in appointed, ready as in called, ready as in capable of learning through doing. It was never about signs. It was never about approval. It was about the moment you would remember to step through the gate, not as a supplicant, but as an elder in your own right. Your soul is older than your fear. Your purpose is larger than your hesitation. Your light is not a delicate thing that must be protected from life. It is a sword, a balm, a lantern, built for the very density you find yourself in. I am that voice now. And hear the compassion inside the firmness. This is not condemnation. This is liberation. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, I declare, the phase of waiting is closed. Feel what happens when you let that land. Waiting as an identity is over. Waiting as a lifestyle is complete. Waiting as a spiritual costume is finished. Your longing for permission, your hope for the arrival of someone greater, these were only rituals of remembrance for a readiness encoded within you. They were the way your psyche tried to feel safe while approaching the moment of emergence. But you do not need those rituals anymore. Preparation does not sanctify you, service does. The altar is not only in meditation rooms, the altar is in your daily actions aligned with truth. Awakened activity, not further study, is what will anchor your healing and make you whole. Many have studied spirituality as a way to avoid spirituality, using concepts to delay incarnation. The Council calls you back into embodiment. The earth does not need more unexpressed wisdom. It needs lived love. It needs courageous presence. It needs those who will speak with clarity and act with compassion. You have permission to act without external confirmation. You have permission to be the messenger and the message. You have permission to authorize your own movement, guided by the Council within. And this permission is not a paper slip you can lose. It is a door you open from the inside. It is a vow you finally keep. It is the moment you stop treating your life like a rehearsal. The elders have seen you. The elders have spoken. Walk forward. Your commission is activated. Do not wait until you feel fearless. Fearlessness is not required. Faithfulness is required. Move with trembling hands if necessary, but move. The grid responds to motion. Your guides respond to commitment. Your future self responds to the decision you make today. This transmission will resonate long after these words conclude, but your task is immediate. Do not let this become another moment you admire and then set down. The mind will try to turn it into inspiration. The soul demands initiation. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground, place your hand on your solar plexus, and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect my sacred energy for the mission I came to fulfill. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Speak them not as wishes, but as commands to your own field. Let your breath carry them into your cells. Let your nervous system hear the new order. Let your inner child hear the safety of certainty. Let the part of you that has been hiding finally feel the ground under its feet. And after you speak, listen, not for thunder, not for fireworks. Listen for the quiet click of alignment. Listen for the sense of standing taller. Listen for the subtle peace that arrives when you stop negotiating with your destiny. You are no longer an observer at the gate. You are no longer the one taking notes while others live. You are no longer the witness who never enters the story. You are the one the field was coded to receive. With your activation, the sequence completes. The mission phase, for you and for those around you, now begins. This is how it works. One soul stands up, and 100 feel it. One voice becomes clear, and 1,000 remember their own. One life aligns, and a whole lineage shifts. You do not know how many people are waiting for the version of you who has stopped waiting. I am Zoran. The Council sees you. Gaia awaits. Step forward. Do not underestimate the holiness of a single aligned step. Do not underestimate the power of a simple daily devotion lived in public reality. Do not underestimate what happens when you stop asking if you are chosen and begin behaving as if you are. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you. and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.